Hi guys, and welcome to another video from Stupid is the Norm, the channel where we demonstrate how to become a millionaire in 10 years whilst earning only minimum wage. And in this video I want to cover why it is that I waited 57 years before I started to become wealthy, because within those reasons you might find out why you're not doing anything and how you can shorten the time to become wealthy. So recently I was watching a video by Alex Hormozi on YouTube. If you haven't seen any of Alex Hormozi's YouTube videos, I heartily recommend you skip over there now and watch them. You learn a ton, even if it's not about making money, it's about buying business. You just learn some life stuff from it. Anyway, he's got enough followers. Alex Hormozi was telling the story when he used to own gyms, that occasionally someone would come up to him and say, I want to lose weight, but I don't know how. And he would say, really? You don't know how? And the guy would say, yeah, I don't know how. He says, I think you do know how. He says, what do you think I'm going to say? And the guy would say, well, I don't know, you're probably going to say, come to the gym more often and maybe eat less. He says, yeah, that's it. It's as simple as that. And it's a bit like getting wealthy. Everybody knows how to get wealthy. You don't need to watch these things. Oh, don't switch over and don't unsubscribe. But you really don't need to watch this, because you know what it is you have to do to become wealthy. You just spend less than you earn, make more money, and invest the balance. And that's it. So why is it most people don't do it? Well, here's some of the reasons why people don't do it. I'm going to leave mine to the last, and I bet it's the reason you're not doing anything about it. First of all, it's knowledge. People say, well, I don't know how to do it. Well, I've said, just by telling Alex Hormozi's story, that most people do know how to do it. But let's say they don't know the technicalities of how to buy houses or how to invest on the stock exchange. I understand that. But there's lots of stuff on videos on YouTube, like this channel if you wish, that show you how to do that. So that having not enough knowledge is really not an excuse. I'm looking to buy some a portfolio of properties soon, and going through the solicitors now. And one of the things I'm going to do for the first time is I'm going to manage them myself, because previously to buying these properties, all my other properties have been managed by somebody else. But when you're buying a big portfolio and the management fees are going to be about $5,000 a year, and I got to think, well, hell, I can do that. But I don't know anything about how to manage property, so I'm going to go on YouTube and I'm going to do some courses and find out how. So if it's knowledge you're lacking, there are ways and means around that. So knowledge really isn't a real reason for not getting or becoming wealthy. The next thing is fear. People are frightened to invest on the stock exchange, or frightened to get involved in property. And fear is a good thing. Fear is a natural thing. It's fear that keeps you alive. It's fear that makes you look left and right before crossing the road. That's a quite rational fear, that you have to look both ways when crossing the road, because you could get killed. But there are also irrational fears. I'm scared, or have been scared most of the time whilst I've been on this journey, because I'm doing stuff for the first time. And buying these properties, as I said, or a large bunch of properties is another example. I'm scared about it, but I've done everything I can to make sure what I'm doing is correct. I've had valuations done. I'm chatted through with solicitors and people who know more than me. So I've ironed out all the really rational fears in there, and all that's left is an irrational fear that there are lions, tigers and bears out there, and I might get bitten or eaten, and it really is irrational. So you have to, when you feel the fear, question yourself whether it is irrational or rational. If it's a rational fear, then sure, make sure mitigate the circumstances as best you can, and then all that be left is the irrational fear, something that's really in the back of your mind that really you shouldn't be taking into account, because you've done all you can to mitigate the fears and losses, and so just go ahead and do it. But accept that the fear will be there anyway, and do it anyway, as the book says. Another reason is, well, I don't have the money, and that's quite rational. I understand that. I didn't have any money when I started. I started 6 years ago now. I had no money in the bank, and I had £10,000 of credit card debt. But that didn't stop me starting on my journey. The journey started when I had a goal, when I decided on what it was I wanted to do. And part of that plan to achieve the goal was that I need to make more money. So whilst you don't have any money now, that's just the start of the journey. Yes, you don't have money now, but you know how to get money. It goes back to that thing, I don't know how to get money. Yes, you do know how to get money. You work a lot more, and that's as simple as that. So you don't need money to start, but money is the start. Making more money is the start. Another reason is laziness. I've known some people who just appear and will admit they are just genetically lazy and can't be asked to do anything. But that comes back, I'm going to tie this to the next reason as well. And the next reason is because it's not hurting enough where you are. Somebody said that you only move when the pain of staying where you are becomes greater than the pain of moving. And I think that might be the laziness thing. That yes, you're not just lazy, it's just comfortable, it's easy where you are. And until the pain of staying where you are overcomes or becomes greater than the pain of moving, you don't do anything. So that's why people don't do it, just because they're comfortable. It's not painful where they are. And so they just breeze through life being normal, which is fine if that's what you want, but that's not the reason you're watching this channel. The penultimate reason is I don't have a goal. Well, I do have a goal, but most people don't. And that's the reason they don't achieve anything. Not just becoming wealthy, but anything in life. Everything starts with a goal. Very little happens by accident. You need to be definitive in what it is you want to do. And unless you're definitive, unless you have a goal and a plan to achieve that goal, then nothing happens. And that's pretty much one of the main reasons I left it until age 57 before I did anything. I didn't have a goal. And when I had a goal, my life pretty much changed overnight. It did change overnight because I now had something to do. I had something to aim at. And in order to hit the goal, to achieve the goal and make the plan work, I had to do lots and lots of things that were very different. And that's what started my whole journey, was a goal. And most people don't have that. So you need a goal. And really the reason I didn't start until 57 is a combination of all those things. So maybe you'll find something in there that you recognize about yourself. But if I wrap all those things up, there was something else that was the wrapper. And the wrapper, I think, was a mixture of stupidity and arrogance. Stupid. I had the belief that I kind of recognized that I was quite bright and capable of doing lots of things, and couldn't understand why I hadn't achieved anything or achieved very little up until that point. And that's because I was waiting for somebody else to do it. I was waiting for someone else to recognize how clever I was, how much of a great worker I was, and then to offer me a job, paying me $250,000 a year, and then, hey presto, all my problems were solved. I was making lots of money. I could save half of it and I could invest it. And I was just waiting for some outside agent to do it for me, but that's not how it works. Nobody comes along and does that. You've got to do it yourself. And if you're not willing to do it yourself, as I wasn't for 57 years, largely because I didn't have a goal, but probably more honestly because I was stupid enough to believe that somebody was going to do it for me. You know, that I was going to be singing on karaoke and Simon Cowell would walk past and sign me up for the next winner on whatever bloody show he compares. But that's not the way it works. You've got to do it yourself. And unless you're prepared to do it yourself, nothing will happen. It's in your hands, which is a good thing. It's down to you. It's your responsibility, because it means you're in charge. And you're not waiting on anybody else to do it for you. It's your job, guys. Don't be as stupid as I was for 57 years. Don't use these above reasons or excuses to prevent you from becoming wealthy. The reason you're not becoming wealthy is like I was, an amalgamation of all those excuses, but mainly because I was stupid and arrogant enough to believe that somebody was going to do it for me. Don't wait for somebody to do it for you. Do it yourself. Do it now. Don't be stupid. Don't be normal, guys.